Hello Internet, it's me Josh, the Aging Gamer. So, who doesn't love Star Wars? A whole universe filled with fantastic characters, laser-filled battles, a never-ending amount of imaginative aliens, and the most iconic villain in cinema history. Despite its popularity never truly dying, who would have predicted that 40 years after the original movie was released that they'd still be making movies today? Coming soon to a theater near you, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. To celebrate 40 years of Star Wars and the new movie, let's take a look back at a Star Wars retro title. Based off of Star Wars: A New Hope, I'm of course talking about Star Wars for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Can the Star Wars video game live up to the hype of the movies? Let's find out. So the game begins all the way to the part where Luke Skywalker and his uncle bought R2-D2 and C-3PO, and R2-D2 has gone missing. Using the land speeder, we enter our first area. As you see, we play as Luke Skywalker. He kinda looks more like Anakin Skywalker, but whatever, it's Luke, and he's armed with a trusty blaster. Shoot with the B button, and jump with the A button. You're gonna find out right away that landing jumps is a bit slippery. Ah, fucking hell. Fucking piece of shit. No, god fucking damn it. Oh god, it's gonna be one of those kind of games, isn't it? Unfortunately, these controls are gonna be one of the hardest obstacles to overcome in this game. Once you make your way through the cave, you'll already get a power-up to your blaster. Sweet. Now we're outside the cave and in our land speeder. Once you learn its funky controls, make your way to the giant sand crawler where you enter a whole new level itself. You'll fight off Jawas and perform a lot of shitty jumps with shitty controls. You're also going to find out that there's fall damage. Look how much damage that fall gave me, you serious? Eventually you'll get to the end where you'll find R2-D2. Now we're back outside the sand crawler. Now it's optional, but you're going to want to go around these caves and collect all these little shield icons. They'll come in handy later on. Now enter this cave here and we'll eventually find Obi-Wan Kenobi. He gives you the almighty lightsaber. The lightsaber is a powerful weapon that can kill a lot of enemies in one hit, despite it making Luke look like a complete amateur. You can also block certain enemy attacks with it. Now we're going to drive around until we reach Mos Eisley, a hive of scum and villainy. And as soon as you enter the town, you're going to hear perhaps the coolest music in the game. That's awesome! We'll now enter the cantina, where you can actually appreciate the details here, like the cantina band rocking out in the background. Make your way through and we'll find Han Solo. Now it's time to get to the Millennium Falcon. Not only that, but Han Solo is now playable. Pretty cool, even if he plays just like Luke, but without his lightsaber. Make your way out and around the bend and we'll reach this area. You'll fight off stormtroopers, and after some poop looping around the level, you'll eventually reach the ship. Now it's time for a mix-up in gameplay. We're gonna get some first-person asteroid dodging action. Pretty crazy looking, huh? We're gonna try and dodge the asteroids. If you collected those shield icons from earlier, the Millennium Falcon can take more hits. Eventually we'll reach the Death Star, and after a short section through the hangar, you'll find yourself in a maze of elevators and doors. Yes, mazes! Because when alpha controls aren't enough, the game just needs to throw something a little bit extra to piss you the fuck off! Eventually you'll reach this area where you'll get a little cutscene explaining that we need to find Princess Leia before she gets executed. So let's go find her in this stupid maze. You'll be all over the place unless you select R2-D2, who will show you a map of the Death Star. On our way to saving Princess Leia, we'll come across the tractor beam. There's lasers friggin' everywhere, and what you're gonna want to do is climb the ladders off the ceiling and shoot the core a few times. Once you destroy it, we'll continue our way to saving Leia. After spending some time searching, we eventually find her. Ooh la la. Princess Leia is now playable, and she plays just like Han, nothing special. Once we escape this area, we reach a pretty difficult level. There's some stupid conveyor belt jumps, pitfall gaps, and even some unkillable enemies. But if you can surpass these obstacles, we'll eventually get to the end of the stage. Han mentions a smell, so I guess that means we're gonna get the trash compactor scene. Despite the game's crazy difficulty, this part's actually pretty easy. Just stand here and swing your lightsaber for a one-hit KO. Yeah! But now we reach the hardest part of the game! Right off the bat, there's a cheap jump. You can land on this platform, but you can't reach this other platform by doing your long jump. Damn it! I guess from here we can try reaching one of those small platforms, but damn it! Look how much damage we took from that! This level is torture and will only cause you pain. Whoa, fuck! God damn it! Whoa, bitch! Fuck! Oh, shit! And to top it off, towards the end of this level, there's an unkillable enemy that blocks your way. You have to somehow jump past him without getting hurt. Yeah! Ah, fuck! If you ever get past this stage, you'll enter another rage-inducing level. We're back in first-person mode, escaping the Death Star, and now we have lasers which we'll use to shoot down TIE fighters. Watch out though, as they can shoot you back. This is actually a pain because you have to shoot down all the TIE fighters as well as their green orb shots. If you take too many hits, you'll lose, so make sure you shoot pretty much everything on screen. After all the TIE fighters are destroyed, we escape. Luke now jumps into an X-Wing fighter, and we pretty much play the same level again, only this time we get more control of the ship. After painfully shooting down TIE fighters for what seems like forever, you'll eventually reach the final stage. We now get some over-the-top shoot-'em-up style gameplay. You can shoot lasers, and you can also shoot proton torpedoes. At the right moment, shoot the torpedoes into the hole, and the Death Star will explode. Oh, good God, it's over. It's finally over. So how is it? Well, in terms of gameplay, it's awful. The controls are fine when you walk, but when you start running, it gets kinda awkward to land. It wouldn't be so bad though if it wasn't for the fact that it's way too easy to die from pretty much everything. The fall damage hurts you a lot, and with how difficult it is just trying to land on certain platforms, one miss of a jump can end in death. Enemies do a lot of damage too, about 3 hits and you're dead. So it gets really aggravating when you start overcoming all these nuisances, end up dying anyway, and have to start all the way from the very beginning of whatever level you're playing on. It's not so bad in the first couple of stages, but the later ones, it's pretty painful. This game is very much a trial and error style title. To give the game some credit though, it's at least pretty faithful to the movie. There's lots of neat things here for Star Wars fans. First off, it features most of the main characters. The only big absences are Chewbacca, who is only mentioned by name, and Darth Vader, who is only seen in the game over screen. Other than that, we got the majority of the cast that joins you on your adventure, and they all help out in some kind of way. Obi-Wan Kenobi can heal characters. R2-D2 will give you a map on the Death Star. C-3PO is there. Luke Skywalker is playable and can use his blaster and lightsaber. Han Solo and Princess Leia being playable are also an added bonus. They play pretty much just like Luke, but they're helpful since they all have their own health bar and you can switch out to a different character if you're on the verge of death with another. And the levels pretty much fall in line with the story of the movie, though there's lots of important scenes missing, so if you're not familiar with the movie, you won't get the whole Star Wars experience from this. And again, I love that Cantina remix. So all in all, I didn't really like the game, but for any die-hard Star Wars fans with a lot of patience, you might get more pleasure out of this game than I did. But these are just my opinions. What do you guys think? Let's chit-chat in the comments. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.